Ohio State's D-line, monsters.
Monsters. I mean, that entire Ohio State defense is
Mhm.
good. The only thing I have questions about is Will Howard, but I mean, he beat Texas plenty of times at Kansas State. He's not scared of this game. And if that's your weakest link, they're not going to have any issues in this game, I don't
I
think.
mean, this looks like the Ohio State I was expecting last year when I was so high on them coming into the year. Which biased number one Ohio State fan on the face of the earth, but like I thought this was what we were going to see from them last year, and then the quarterback was just like below the level of Will Howard even. But like
Yeah.
right now, they look incredible. They look outstanding.
Imagine a
Question,
Justin Fields or a CJ Stroud in this team.
oh man, it would be unreal. It would be utterly unreal. But
Crazy.
question for you: how quick is the hook on Quinn Ewers if he's not good?
Oh, immediately. So my whole thing all year, I'm surprised we didn't see it in the Arizona State game. I think getting the early lead, and they thought they could nurse that early lead throughout the game, and I mean they did. I mean they had a 16-point lead with 5 minutes left in the game. Offense wasn't doing anything, and my whole argument all year about the Quinn Arch thing was Sarkisian didn't want to set the precedent that he's going to be pulling guys for the next guy up because I'm sure they're going to have another 5-star behind Arch. And then if Arch doesn't play well, like if he pulls the trigger there, then that could disincentivize. I mean, it's just not a good look if you're always looking over your shoulder over the next guy. It proves loyalty. It proves that if you're going to go play quarterback for Steve Sarkisian, when your time has come, you're going to get every opportunity to prove that you're the guy. I think that was the precedent that was being set, that if you're my guy, you're my guy. We're not going to, but it's all or nothing at this point. You know who your future is. You know Ewers isn't coming back next year, whether he goes to the NFL or transfers. So I think the leash is very, very short. But does that matter? I don't think so.
That was going to be my next question. As an Ohio State lifelong fan, how much should Arch Manning scare me if he comes in the game?
Yeah. None. Quinn Ewers probably a better passer at this point in their careers, but Arch can run the ball, but I wouldn't be nervous if I was an Ohio State fan if Arch comes in. But you never know. I mean, team gets juiced up, new blood in there. It could change the whole vibe. But if they do it, they better do it early because I wouldn't be surprised if this is 17-0 in the first quarter in the blink of an eye. So if they don't pull the trigger early, yeah, they could. It could be too way too late for it. So
All right, well, you heard it here from the number one Ohio State fan on planet Earth. Ohio State minus 5.5. And I might sprinkle that over with you too, Jay.
yeah, I think Ohio State puts up 40. So that's you're betting on 14 points out of Texas, in my opinion.
All right. And I need you to take the lead on this one for a moment while I do something really quick.
Yep. So we have the Notre Dame Fighting Irish versus the Penn State Nittany Lions. Penn State is 1.5-point favorites here, 45.5-point total. Notre Dame is playing incredible football after their loss to Northern Illinois. Their offensive line is playing at some of the best offensive line play I've seen in a long time. Their defense is absolutely incredible. Riley Leonard isn't great at quarterback, but they have been getting it done. They've been bullying teams, but this Penn State team is finally clicking on all cylinders. I like Penn State in this game. I think we're going to get Penn State Ohio State rematch. If you forgot, Penn State had a double-digit lead versus this Ohio State team earlier in the season. I think it's going to be a fantastic national championship, and Mr. Q is going to be in quite the mental conundrum over there of being the number one Ohio State fan in the world,
Oh no,
while
screw that
also
guy. Who was that guy?
being the number one Penn State Nittany Lion fan in the
Yeah,
world.
biggest Penn State fan on planet Earth. I was at that game. I was at Ohio State Penn State round 1, and it was infuriating. It was like, James Franklin, what were you doing that whole game? It was
He,
awful.
yeah, big game James they call him. Jimothy Franklin is what they say in big games.